Pro-immigration activists urge Congress to block Trump's deportations plans in United States Capitol press conference. Pro-immigration activists gathered at the United States Capitol today to hold a press conference urging lawmakers to reject President-elect Donald Trump's proposed plans for mass deportations. The activists represented various immigration rights groups, faith-based organizations, and civil liberties advocates expressed deep concern over the impact of these policies on millions of undocumented immigrants and their families. The press conference highlighted the human cost of mass deportations, with speakers sharing personal stories of families at risk of being torn apart. Advocates emphasized the critical contributions of immigrants to the U.S. economy and society, framing the deportations plans as both morally wrong and economically harmful. Mass deportations are not just a logistical nightmare but a moral failure, said Maria Gonzalez, a spokesperson for the Coalitions for Immigrant Justice. We urge Congress to stand on the right side of history and protect the millions of immigrants who have built their lives in the country. The proposed policies, a cornerstone of President-elect Trump's campaign, seeks to deport millions of undocumented immigrants as part of his broader immigration reform agenda. Critics argue that such a plan would devastate immigration community, overburden immigration enforcement agencies, and violate fundamental human rights. Faith leaders, community organizations, and legal experts joined the activists calling for efforts to safeguard immigrant protections. Several members of Congress were also present to voice their oppositions to the deportations plans, pledging to block legislative efforts that would enable such measures. Representative Lyndon Shanges, a leading voice in Congress on immigration issues, expressed solidarity with the activist. This nation was built by immigrants. Shanges said we must reject fear and division and instead work towards human immigration policies that reflect our values. Activists call for immediate legislative actions to protect deferred actions for childhood arrival, DACA recipient temporary protected status, TPS holders, and undocumented workers who have been in the U.S. for years. They also propose comprehensive immigration reform that includes pathways to citizenships for undocumented individuals. The press conference ended with a call to actions urging Americans to contact their representatives and demand that they oppose to measures enabling mass deportations, announce plans for a series of demonstrations, and rallies nationwide to maintain pressures on lawmakers in the coming weeks. As the president-elect prepares to take office, the debate over immigration policies continue to divide the nation's pro-immigration advocates remain steadfast in their commitment to protecting vulnerable communities and upholding the principle of inclusion and opportunity that they believe define the United States. So this is me, Tabinda, signing off. Stay tuned for more news, Desi TV USA, DTVNN, and our OTT platform DTV Flex, where you can access to over 3,000 channels. So stay tuned and stay with us.